Blue Dolphin here, and we're back to do check and repair your file system in Linux. Let's get into it. All right, jumping right into things here, our practice lab is going to help us learn how to check and repair our file systems in Linux. And again, we have two machines. We have our CentOS machine, and I think it's going to be the Ubuntu machine. Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and just get right into things here. So let's talk about task one. Our description reads that a server can hold more than one hard drive due to an unforeseen error. There are changes that the server may crash, which can also impact the hard drive by making it unusable. The server administrator must regularly check the file system health, which is installed on the hard drive. CentOS provides several commands for this purpose. Awesome. We're going to learn about those commands. So task one reads, use various methods to check and repair file systems, starting with the fsck. So that sounds like file system check utility, which is considered a powerful utility. It can check and repair a damaged file system. Awesome. And we're going to learn about this. Of course, as always, we're going to start off opening a terminal. Let's do this in CentOS, and we're just going to do su tac to become the user, passing our super safe password, of course. From here, we're going to use file system check. All right, then let's do it on dev sdb1 or SDA, or I guess SDB1. Okay, so I actually first ran it on dev SDA and it said that it was in use and can continue. So then I ran it on SDB1 and it says, oh, well, it's mounted. Can't continue. Okay, so it looks like we actually have to unmount it. So we're going to use umount and call dev sdb1, which kind of makes sense. And now I imagine we just run our command again. And there we go. It ran and cleanly exited. Very cool. Okay. Step 5 wants us to do what we just did, which is run file system check on our now unmounted file system. Very cool. And it looks like we can auto repair the errors while we're doing a file system check. If they are detected, we'll need to use an A parameter. So here it looks like, so what I think they're trying to say is, while doing this, if there are errors detected, you would use tac A to have them fixed along the way. However, we didn't have any errors. So nothing really changed here with the tac A command, and I think that's because there were no errors to automatically fix. All right, let's move on to step 7, which is to clear the screen, of course, and then use the tac Y parameter. And I guess the tac Y can also be used in replacement of the tac A command. Okay, very cool. Step 8, we can check the mounted file system, even though it's not recommended. Oh, not sure why, but you know, I'm curious, of course. So let's do file system check, tac capital M on dev SDA1. Just says nothing. Okay, let's run this on SDB1. And just says cleanly exited, and here's some basic information, all right? Let's go ahead and type the following command for the next step to address the fact that this command doesn't seem to be working. And we're going to do echo variable $0. This means there's no errors. So I wonder if I have to do this in an order in order to get proper results. So let's do file system check dev SDA1. And now do echo $? 127 errors. Oh, I see. Okay, so we have to echo the variable shortly after. What about? Well then, so I guess the tac capital M command is used with unmounted file systems, which, yep, we certainly just learned. Awesome. Okay, so another way to check the specific type of file system is with the file system check command, calling tac T, and then ext4, so very targeted, on our suggested drive or partition, which confirms this is an ext4 file type. Cool. Step 11 reads that the checking for a specific file system is dependent on the command files that are available in the sbin directory. If you do not have the command file for a specific file type and you check for that file system, you will receive an error. To list the command files, type the following command. All right, let's go sbin. So ls sbin file system check and wildcard. And I guess this is going to list the command files. Huh. So these are all the command files that we could run on our partition. Cool, okay. Now we're reading here in step 12, it says when a file system is clean, which we've seen several times. We see it here that the response to our file system check command often returns clean. This means that the file system checker will run quickly and generate the report. We can also use the tacf command to force it to check the file system, regardless, I believe, is what they're getting at. So let's do tacdev, tacSDB1, tacf to force a check of the file system. Okay, cool. So you can see the inodes, the blocks, and the sizes were checked. We can see the directory structure, connectivity, and then reference counts, as well as a group summary information. Oh, that's pretty cool. So step 13 is teaching us a new command called tune2fs, which can be used to manipulate the file system. So let's try it, tune2fs. Tune to file system, that's what I think of there. And we'll do tacl dash, oh, not tacd, tacl dash dev dash sdb1. Wow, look at all the information here. What do we got going on? So we have a whole bunch of information, file system ID, magic number. That's pretty cool. Love the magic numbers. That's going to be really helpful for like cybersecurity forensic challenges. We have our revisions, our attribute features. Wow. Options, information on the inodes, the blocks. Wow. Last mount time, write time, all sorts of timeline information. That is so cool. Huh. I'm gonna have to come back and play around with that. That's totally cool. All right, for step 14, we can actually check the maximum number of times the file system can be mounted. So we can do this with the command tune to a file system list our desired file system, which in this case is going to be dev sdb1, and we'll grep for the word umount. And you can see here, maximum mount count -1. So I don't even know if we can mount it once, or that means it's already mounted and there's no room left to mount it, I guess. All right, to change the number of mount times, we can use the tune to file system command by doing count 20 and then our desired file system. So I guess this will change that, and then we can do a quick check with the previous command. So it says that we have set the maximum mount count to 20. And if we now run the command tune a file system list grep umount, you can see their maximum mount count is 20. Very cool. All right, let's look at step 16. So we're going to see the volume label with the tune to file system command, tacl on our target file system, which is going to be dev sdb1. And then we'll do grep iname. And you can see our volume name is none, I guess. Okay, that was easy. So then we learn about looking at the last time the file system was checked. So we're just going to run the same command, which is tune to file system, and to list everything for our target partition with the grep check command. And you can see it was last checked on the 25th. Very cool. All right. Step 18 is going to show us how to do time-based checking with tune to file system. We'll call, instead of the list command, we'll do taci 5d for 5 days on dev sdb1. And the output just says setting interval between checks. Cool. Cool, okay. Looks like step 19, we are going to learn to set the label of a volume or partition using E2 labels. Let's go E2 label dash dev dash sdb1. and it doesn't have a label right now. All right, so I guess the way to assign one is to actually call the same command, but append it with a word after, like data. So now when we call E2 label on dev sdb1, we'll see it has the data tag. Sweet. All right, well, that's a wrap for this. Let's do the assessment questions. So question 1, which utility can repair a damaged file system? I'm going to say file system check, which we've been using this whole time. The next question 2, which 2 parameters should you use with file check to auto repair errors if they are detected? So we know tac Y and tac A can be used to auto repair. Question 3, using which parameter of the file system check command can you check the mounted file systems? It's going to be tac capital M as we used. Question 4 out of 5 reads, after issuing the file system check tac M dev SDA command, which command should generate the output as 0 or 1? Well, we know it's going to be echo $? And there it is. Then our last question is, which parameters should you use with the file system check command to view the list of unmounted file systems? Oh, I think I'm going to get this one wrong. Oh, no, it is tac capital M. Awesome. Looks like we got them all. That's a wrap. Thanks everyone for tuning in. See everyone in the next video.